the Lalantia Show. I'm here this week for the weekly energy reading. This is for the week of July 1st through 7th, 2019. But if you catch this at a different time, just take it as this is the message that you need right now. And if you watch this and it doesn't resonate, then that's okay. Maybe it'll make sense later. I also encourage you to check out my feed on Instagram or on Facebook or both, because I do daily guidance and daily messages as well, kind of going on top of this. So it kind of builds on that even more. So while this is rather quick and I just try to give like the overall kind of theme for the energy, there is more each and every day. So this week is a really, for those of you who don't know me already, my name is Lalantia. I'm a psychic realm channeler and healer, and I specialize in working with the magical realms. So I work with dragons, unicorns, mermaids, fairies, you name it, all of the different magical beings. And my specialty is really to help you as an individual tap into your magic, your power, that truth and wisdom of who you really truly are, what you are meant to bring to the world. So I do a lot of teachings that I channel from the different magical beings and whoever else I'm connecting with. So I also work very closely with Merlin. I work with various different ascended masters at different times. They come forward. Sometimes I work a little bit with angels, and I work with many different guides who have lots of information to bring through as well. So while I specialize in working with magical beings, when you work with me, you find that there are a lot of different beings that come forward as well. So this is a really, really powerful week. This week we have the new moon on July 2nd, as well as a total solar eclipse. We don't see it in North America by what I understand, but it's still, the energy is there. It is very, very powerful. So it is a very, very powerful week, and really power is kind of the theme of the energy this week. The first thing that they came through with was trusting in magic. So trusting in the power of the universe, trusting in unseen forces is really what it is, and allowing yourself to see that there are things much bigger and more powerful than what we see in our everyday life, in our everyday world. We're just conditioned to believe things a certain way. But when you allow yourself to trust at this bigger level, it will allow you to see the truth of things and what is this amazing force and amazing things that are beyond what we understand in this world right now. And if you're here, then you probably have some level of that, but maybe it's expanding that a little bit more and allowing yourself to trust at a bigger level and know that there are really amazing, incredible things out there. And so the other thing they said was see the truth, which really goes along with the trust, with the energy of trust. And when you trust, then you will see the truth. And this is that aspect of truth of yourself and who you really truly are as well. And we're going to get into that a little bit more when I talk a little bit about what the fairies have to bring in. So they want you to, the next thing they want you to do is they want you to understand, and this is just kind of the universal energy that my guides brought in, but I have a message from the fairies coming up. So they want you to remember that you have so much support. So you have your ancestors, and they said the ancient ones. So that is many, many different beings, it covers way too much to begin to even list them all. So your ancestors and your guides and the magical beings, and just remembering, that support, that infinite support. And the universe is so much more powerful than, like the force of the universe can make anything happen, and just kind of keeping that in mind. And then this week the fairies came in. So I would say that they're like the being of the week, but I do want to say that it was a little bit hard to kind of narrow it down. There's so many different energies that wanted to come in, and I was like, we really have to have a focus point here, because this video is meant to be, around 10 minutes long. I can't, bring through messages from everyone. So that's where I encourage you to check out, you know, me on Instagram, Liliantia Makana, or on Facebook as Liliantia Makana, and just seeing the posts that go up each day with messages, because this gives the opportunity for these other beings to come in and share, you know, their guidance that they have. So the fairies came in, but the fairies who came in are like the Sidhe. So they're not the little fairies that are flying around. They're more like a very royal feeling, very powerful. And they really brought in a lot of like the sorceress energy, actually is what it is. And they're bringing that energy in for the energy of the week as well. And tuning into, you know, who you really truly are, and that power, that force of power that exists within you. And this is remembering who you really truly are, and really tapping into that and feeling that connection to that part of yourself, and just remembering, you know, how powerful you are. They talked about the, let me turn the page of my notes here. Let's see. Oh, you can create anything and everything that you desire, you know, as long as it's for your highest and best good. And sometimes we don't know that, you know, we don't know, we have this desire for something, and then we realize that really that isn't what we really truly want. So sometimes it's allowing the universe to create something even better for us. But in that creation process, in creating this bigger picture, and in stepping into that true essence of who you are, it's important to have like that conviction, that will, that power, and really feeling into that. So when you feel really strongly that something is meant to happen, you feel like it's your destiny, it's a part of this bigger picture for yourself, then it's really important to have this conviction that this is happening. And this is a conviction in that, you know, it's going to happen, it is happening, or even it has already happened and it is manifesting in your physical world as we speak. So conviction, and conviction in yourself and who you are. You know, sometimes we walk around and we're just like a little bit iffy, like I'm not really sure, you know, how I want to present myself. And it's something that you build on. And that's another part of the energy for this week, is doing that work to make sure that you build that up. So it's a lot of the solar plexus work this week, I will say that, but there is some heart chakra work in there as well. But solar plexus, I would say, is the most dominant of the chakras that you need to work with this week, is really feeling into your personal power and conviction in yourself and who you are, and doing the work, doing the healing, and showing up for yourself. This is how they worded it. We're showing up for yourself to do this work, so that you can have this conviction and can have this greater belief in yourself, and understand that there is this really big picture at play, and things are unfolding that are for your highest and best good. And of course, always setting those intentions. Really important to take that time for yourself this week, but it doesn't mean that it's really a week of sitting back. It's a week of power. So it's really about kind of following the energy. If you feel like you need a day of rest and relaxation, then take that rest and relaxation. If you feel a day where you want to put out a new program and it feels really good and amazing, to put out that new program. You know, it's about really following the energy, because it is a powerful energy. It's just about tapping into that energy, going with the flow of that energy, and not fighting against it. So if you are feeling the need for rest and you're like, no, I refuse to rest, I'm going to do this or whatever, you're not going to find that same, like, things aren't going to unfold in the way that you desire them to. You're just going to make everything much harder for yourself. Well, if you had that day of rest, and maybe the next day you're going to feel that power to, an ability to really show up in the way that you wanted to the day before. So sometimes it's just about stepping back. And so you need to follow that feeling if you feel that this week. So yeah, I guess the energy this week is really the power of things, and really tuning into who you are and allowing yourself to see that. And that really goes with the new moon energy. You know, yes, there's new beginnings, but it's also that connection to yourself that is such a major part of it. Now I got a new deck, and so I pulled a card. It's a crystal grid oracle. So I pulled a card from it to see what crystal grid would be perfect this week for the collective. And this is what I got. And it says soul journey. And the main crystal is, this is a really hard one. I don't know that I've ever said it out loud before. Dumortierite. I don't know that I'm saying it correctly. It also has kyanite and clear quartz in the grid. So this is really, it says soul journey, and it is really that connection to your soul. Dumortierite is really a really great past life crystal for doing like past life work. And for some of you, you may be called to do past life work, but it's not necessarily about that. It's tuning into your soul and to even to your higher self. So you may feel called to work with, I don't know, a crystal that really connects to your higher self. They're kind of taking me back to it. Like they don't want to distract from this energy. So let's go back to this connection. Dan Bray is the one I was going to say, but Dumortierite is going to really help you feel that connection to your soul. I keep, it's like I consciously want to take it to the higher self, but they keep bringing me back to soul, and they are separate. So feeling into, what feels right and what your soul needs, because your soul may need, that time to reflect and rest and be. And so take that time this week, tune into yourself, and follow what feels good and right to you. So hopefully this helps you through this week, and hopefully the energy isn't too difficult for you. Remember, it's an energy that is powerful, and for some of you, it may feel like a little bit too much. And if it feels like too much and it doesn't feel good to you, then it's probably because you need to do healing around standing in your power, standing up for yourself and who you are, standing in your strength, or remembering that you are strong and you can get through really difficult situations. You can connect with the fairies this week. Like I said, it's the she that are showing up. So you may not necessarily like go out in the park and feel the connection to them like you do with the flower fairies and stuff, but you can still connect to them by inviting them into your life to help you with certain things. And of course, always say that you are only inviting those that are of the highest of good, the deepest of love, and the highest of integrity, to make sure that you're not calling in anyone who isn't for your highest good. Because as we know, anytime that we're working with the fairies and elementals, we want to make sure that we're only working with the highest good, as with any beings. But they do have egos, so we always want to make sure that we're being cautious and we're inviting into our life. So I hope that you guys have a fabulous week, and I hope that I see you around on Instagram and or Facebook, and I will see you guys again later in the week or next week. Bye.